Hello again. Right, thank you. Good evening. If you've joined us in the last half hour ago, I'm John, and I'm just going to share some words with you. In the old days, we used to respect stability, we used to recognise history, but these days, if you want to make a headline, you've got to be a disruptor. You've got to change the market, you've got to keep changing your name, you've got to keep changing directors, you've got to confuse everybody, basically. And the High Street is one of the places where we see this most clearly. There's a lot of people weeping, a lot of people going out of business on the main roads of our major cities. And this is about that constantly shifting landscape of brand names. I call this one bidding for brands. Boohoo is bidding for Boo-Boo. But Yogi's not seeking a deal. He's scanning the park for a picnic, looking forward to his evening meal. Warner Brothers deny their involvement, so investors are kept in the dark, but rumours are spreading round Bedrock and the restrooms of Jellystone Park. Boohoo is bidding for Boo-Boo. It's becoming a sought-after brand. For Yogi, it's deeply upsetting, and he's drawing a line in the sand. This fetish for gobbling up trademarks is addictive, a turbulent torrent. So the trustees of Hanna-Barbera have rescinded Mr. Ranger's warrant. Boohoo is loving the limelight, printing posters to boast of expansion. Directors are driving round Dorset, seeking out an available mansion. Animated heroes fall silent, suppressing their deep-seated rage. They vowed to stop buying new costumes. Thought bubbles stayed blank on the page. Snagglepuss is sacking his agent, whose alibi soon fell to pieces. Wacky races have cancelled 2 meetings, though Mr. Jinx is still chasing Mises. Huckleberry Hound is blue in the face, so upset that he's leaving his kennel tea. Boohoo's directors have not thought this through. Analysts think they'll soon pay a penalty. Now Matalan, Primark and Peacocks are struggling hard to pay rates. They see this young upstart named Boohoo just sealing competitors' fates. The Jetsons are locked in a hangar, refusing to talk to the press, while Cindy is comforting Yogi because bears aren't accustomed to stress. Just how many trademarks are needed to cater for everyone's tastes, with so letters in lockdown periodically measuring wastes? The Jellystone team is downhearted when they note that admissions are down. With Boohoo now trashing their legacy, it's the first time they've seen Muttley frown. Yes, Boohoo is bidding for Boo-Boo. It's becoming a sought-after brand. For Yogi, it's deeply upsetting, and the prospects for fashion seem bland. Yeah, apologies if some of you are too young to know those characters. I'm too old to remember the details. Right, this is about one of the other controversies at the minute, of course, with the petrol stations refusing to actually sell petrol. People are forced to make some decisions that we've been talking about since the 1973 oil crisis, of course. This is tips for travellers. I hope your commuting is going well in this time of difficulty. Please mind the curve between pavement and drain. It's been carefully jointed in granite. Please mind the gap between platform and train if you'd like to survive on this planet. Once you've climbed aboard, then you won't be ignored, except by the people obsessed with the text on their screens, or the cuts in their jeans, or the outfits in which they are dressed. Please mind the gaps between briefcase and groin as you skillfully edge down the carriage. You don't want to be seen as inept or annoying, or cause serious harm to a marriage. When you're reading the news, you must take it all in. Some investors are spinning a tale. Please mind the gap between assessment and spin, whether reading the Metro or Mail. If the train empties out, please don't act like a lout by putting shoes on the opposite seat. When that train proceeds back to the start of the track, folks expect it to be clean and neat. If you're planning to meet a colleague or friend at your train's final destination, please mind the gap between the time on your watch and the advertised route information. If you go through that phase when you're wanting a raise just to pay the utility bills, you might need to work harder to stock up the larder. Please don't beg the chemist for pills. If your business day needs some tools in a van to visit your regular clients, please mind the gap between mirrors and bikes. Navigating's not really a science. If your chosen career means delivering beer, take good care of your valuable load. Do not fiddle with phones as you drive between cones. Keep both eyes firmly fixed on the road. There are some on the road who are inclined to explode if a taxi or truck blocks their lane. Don't follow that trend or try to pretend that you've never caused similar pain. And when you're off to the polls, remember life's goals. Though the candidates caught your affection, please mind the gap between all that they promise and what they'll do after election. Yeah, this is about the current incumbent of Downing Street. This is called Stratford or Bust. It looks back to the days when he was learning IT. As if we believe that. Stratford or Bust. Olympic Stratford 2012 is rampant Boris grinds his pelvis. He's not keen to run a mile. A Shoreditch flap is more his style. Boris, please, it's time to stop. Can't you trim that tousled mop? No way, that's my princely mane, far wider than this cycle lane. This wayward courtship I can hide if editors stay on my side. And I cannot find a blonde who's hotter, who's never slept with Rodney Trotter. Promotes himself a reborn Yorick, who gets off on his own rhetoric. Flirting in the marital home, soft soap suds on taps of chrome, boyish banter, midnight snacks, covering up their digital tracks. Investors in the USA, please send some dollars Britain's way. Speeches flowing off the cuff with random quotes for old Macduff. Inspired by Churchill and Benteen, one day he shall mislead the Queen. No new runway, start-up loans, segmented adverts beamed to phones will captivate those new EastEnders, emphasise right-wing agendas. Draw them to the Tory ranks, now poplars dwarfed by foreign banks. Sprightly woman, event arranger, hardly conscious of the danger. Let me be your dunce, Elaine. Life's more fun against the grain. Now he recalls her frontal ridge. He promised her a garden fridge. Ratepayers gave but a small amount to bolster Jennifer's account. But City Hall was so confined, he sought a larger bed to grind. A grander platform's what I need. A contract culture built on greed. So bouncing Boris upped his game after Stratford lost its flame. Let's dance the hornpipe. Once again he set his sights on number 10. It's not a tale for Jack and Nori, a shameless, spunky, madcap Tory.